When you go to the property, you essentially break up into two teams. There's going to be the team that actually goes out and looks at every unit. And then there's going to be the team that sits inside the management office and they go through the files. Folks, the deal is going to be made because the only thing you're buying are those lease files. And you want to go through them and find out who your customers are. The customers are described for you in the actual leasing files. You want to go through and make sure that every lease has been signed, all renewals have been signed and accumulated. You'll see, lease upon lease upon lease. You want to build up that trend. You want to keep that information in your Excel spreadsheet. You want to see how much rent increases these people have had over the years. You want to see credit and criminal background checks on everybody. And this is where they fail. You need to go back in and do criminal background checks on all of the people that you're buying from. These are your customers. These are the people you want to understand who you're buying. I'm telling you, folks, a sex offender in those leasing files could do more damage to your property than water. So always go back and check, make sure they've done the job and they've checked everybody out. Now, just so you understand how this works, credit background check is so easy. It's all based upon social security numbers. If if the person steals an identity, okay, fine, we can't check that. But it's all based upon social security numbers. And you get three different, credit companies all looking to, track the best information. So credit is not an issue. Criminal is the issue because there is no uniform standard among police offices and jurisdictions across the country for this type of information. And that is why, one of the reasons why, when somebody comes in to rent the place, you take a photocopy of their ID. It's not so much for the security of the person that's going out to show the unit. It's for the criminal background check, because that shows a picture of the person, their race, their name, their date of birth, their height, their weight. So you get that information and then you pull a criminal background check. And it comes back, and this is a true story, comes back that the guy's a sex offender. And I happened to be going through, it was my property, I already owned the property. I was going through the files just to check it out, and I see this. I see the guy's he's a sex offender. Why in the world did we rent to this guy? Why'd you do that? Charlie, look at the name on it. Yeah, I see the same name. He goes, yeah, but look at the description of the sex offender. Okay, this looks like 5'4", white guy. Yeah, look at the picture of the tenant. Okay, 6'5", black guy. Okay. You see, that's why we take pictures of everybody. Oh, all right. I get it. So that is why you always get that picture and you always check to make sure that they match up. But to give you an example, I had a property one time that then my property manager calls me up and she's like, please don't fire me. Why would I fire you? You're doing a great job. She goes, I just rented to a sex offender. Are you kidding me? I use a little bit more color than that. You've got to be kidding me. I said, I should fire you for this. What happened? I didn't read it. I didn't check it. I let him sign the paperwork and he's moving in. And then I checked it. I found out he's a sex offender, is registered. I'm like, oh my gosh, you've got to be kidding me. This is bad. This is very bad. I said, all right. Well, here's the deal. If that guy's rent is 1 day late, you do not accept it. And you start eviction proceedings right then and there. Yep. I know. I'll make sure that That guy paid on time and sometimes before every single month for a year. And then we evicted him. But yeah, so that's why you always want to, and the reason why you do this, guys, if you're not, while you're doing the due diligence on this property, even before then, you've got to do a sex offender registry search on that neighborhood. And if the properties, if your property's name and address pops up on that sex offender registry, that's the worst type of advertising you can possibly get about your property.